Okay, I wonder how we're going to make this one look. This is an interesting one. Okay. See if I can get this silly KM device, Konica Minolta, to do something interesting. Because Konica Minolta is stupid. We're just going to make it 100% that way and 200 that way, because this is an elongated original. So let's see if we can make it look good. We're going to make it into a movement piece. I'm pretty sure we're going to do that. So now we're just going to go here and set things up. We're not going all the way with the contrast. We're just going to lighten that up. Okay, what have we got? We've got shades of blue. I think we need some other interesting colours to the mix. I'm thinking we're going to make a background colour for this. I'll put one in. We're going to put in magenta for this. This will be an interesting little job if we can make it look good. Okay, what have we got? Right, this was pulled out of a Chinese real estate paper. Nice picture of a house. But I don't know, of course I can't afford real estate. I'm a person on a disability pension. I live in a housing department unit because I can't afford market rent. Very fortunate to have this place, but basically I wish I could. Well, I'm going to get married, so if I'm going to get married I don't have to worry about buying my own place, which I can't. That's why I'm renting, and this is a good place to live. It's better than some other place I've been in where I had a lot of crime, but here is been a really good place for me to live and to do my work, my artwork. So I'm thinking the magenta looks very wishy-washy. It's an interesting pattern. I'm wondering if we're going to use it. I'm wondering if we're going to just take, I wonder if we're just going to throw this on the recycle pile. I think we've done our dash with it. Now we'll just have to work on this and make it look more interesting. So I think that's going to be the middle part there. So we've got our little distorted image. We're just going to put it here. But yeah, I'm glad I got this place here. I'm very fortunate. A lot of people, there's a lot of homelessness around, so I'm very fortunate. I've been homeless myself a while back, so I know I've got a taste of what it's like. But fortunately for me, it's not something that goes on year after year and decade after decade. I'm very fortunate I've got this place, but a lot of people aren't so fortunate as I am, so I feel sorry for them, folks. But what can you do? I don't have the money to make a difference. I wish I could. But let's see how we go. But actually, that's interesting to say about make a difference, because when I get married, I'm going to try and make a difference. I'm going to be doing volunteer work at Luigi's photocopier business, and I'm going to basically be a refurbishing technician, and I'm going to do that work as a volunteer job. That's my take on volunteering, is to do rebuilds of photocopiers, so that organisations like non-government organisations, or NGOs for short, and small, people trying to make a difference themselves, like charities and shit, and basically they need something they're on a tight budget. They don't get much money off the rich pigs. The rich people don't give much, so if I can build something, make something of being a volunteer, if I can do something, and I'm sure a lot of companies a lot of non-government organisations have really strict budgets, and I just want to make their budget a little less tight, and I just want to make my own contribution to society. And that's what I want to do, is work as a a refurbishing technician takes a photocopier that's been used and basically puts spare parts, new spares in it. Sometimes you might have to cannibalise from other machines if you can't get the spare parts easily. It's best to do that as little as possible, but basically trying to get the machine running really well, cleaning it up, replacing the parts as I just said, and just keep testing it and shit like that. And this is what I want to do, and that'll be my contribution to society, and the machines, they won't have to pay for the actual machine, they just pay for the copies they make, and they still get service on the machine as long as spare parts are still available. The machines may not last very long because the spare parts are usually not available after 5 years of the machine being manufactured, which is a real shame because refurbished machines are really good value for money if you can get the spare parts for them. But they'll still be good. They're going to be really... So having me doing the job for free means that the people who get these machines, they're better value for money, even though the spare parts may only be available for 2 years because the machine's 3 years old. At least if the machine is for free and just the copies that they pay for, well, that's better than nothing. It's okay. It makes the refurbished machines better value for money than, say, a brand new one, which I had to fork out for. So they don't have volunteer refurbishers at the moment. Now, I should have made these into mirrors. These are still the same. I just wasn't concentrating. So yeah, I wish they had a person at this company doing refurbs for free. It turned out better value for money for me to get a new one because, yeah, the machine's going to cost me. But basically other people who have their own need for a machine and they're not pulling much cash, they can't afford to fork out for a new one, well, a refurbished unit from a volunteer might very well be what they're looking for, and I want to do that. So I've even found clothing to wear. Once I get into the workshop, I've got some really good safety shoes. I got a shirt and a pair of work pants. I've got a safety vest and a safety jacket, and I've got myself all set up. I just have to wait till it's time that me and Luigi get together, and I've got to work on this campaign here. I've got to get my work recognised, and while I'm still single and not being occupied in a marriage and doing all this work in the workshop, I've got to get my stuff out there and recognised somehow with YouTube, Facebook, other social media, whatever. But I do want to make a difference big time, and that's one of the first things I'll do, is to become a refurbishing technician, a volunteer one. Anyway, enough of that, gotta go.